Hey, this is Alex Stevenson from Ninja Teacher, and today I'm going to be doing an apartment tour of my place here in Da Nang City, Vietnam. But before that, I'm having a burger here at this really good place called Kurumi. It's a vegan desserts and food place, and it's really good, and I thought I'd also show you some of the prices of more Western foods, because in my last video where I break down the daily costs of living, you could see meals were between $1 to $2 if you ate Vietnamese food, but if you eat something like this, it's going to be a bit more expensive, but still delicious.
This is for lunch.
Yeah, lunch. So here we've got a vegan burger, and it's made out of mushroom and a whole lot of other good stuff, and it's 100,000 dong, so it's about $4.3. So a bit more expensive than Vietnamese food, but it is still pretty affordable to eat out and get more Western foods. That's really good. Kind of like a garlicky sauce, sweet potato. So I'm a few hundred meters away from my apartment, and I'm right here by the river. So this side of the river is My An Ward, and this is where a lot of foreigners and expats seem to stay. There are a lot of bars and restaurants catered more towards Westerners, like the place I was at earlier, Kurumi. And then on the other side of the river is the more city side, and it's usually a little bit cheaper on that side, and also in that direction towards the Sontra Peninsula. Okay, so here we have my building. Hello. I like the decor on the outside. It's a nice looking building. So let's go in and check it out. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Unlock success. Low battery.
So in Vietnam, you typically take your shoes off at the door. Okay, so here we have it. Let me show you around a little bit. This is my studio apartment. So a studio apartment in Vietnam, if you don't know, is typically one space that's got a bed, living area, and a little kitchenette and a bathroom, versus a one bedroom apartment where the bedroom is separate from the living area and the kitchen. And studio apartments are much more common in Vietnam. One bedrooms are a lot more rare. So you can actually usually get some good 2-bedroom apartments, but one bedrooms seem to be harder to find and sometimes more expensive than it seems to be worth versus a studio. Okay, here we have the bed, and it's quite comfy for a bed in Vietnam. Often beds here are quite hard and uncomfortable, so that's nice to have. We've got a TV which is a little bit off-centered, which is alright. Got Vietnamese channels, which I don't really use that much. I can hook it up to Netflix though. And a fan. The view's quite nice from here. That's what I like about this place. Although small, it does have a nice view. Bedside table, got my Kindle over there, a little bit of artwork. Came with a shelf, so I've just got all my camera gear here. All my hard drives, extra cameras and batteries and microphones, and some documents and things down there. It's got an electronic keypad, which is nice, so you don't have to worry about losing your keys. And then it's got plenty of cupboard space for me, so you can hang stuff up. And it's got different shelves over there too, more than I need really, and space up there for other things. I've got my suitcase up there. I try and have everything I own fit into one suitcase, but it usually doesn't. Then we've got a desk, and this is actually quite a nice comfy space to work, and like quite a bit of desk space. Got my laptop, another little extra table here, and extra chair, so I can have dinner with another person. And then we've got the outside area. Got a little chair and plants. Yeah, I like the view from here, it's nice. The sunset happens in this direction. You can see the river, especially from the rooftop actually. A little bit of the bridges, and it's a pretty view from here. I like how the building's got these different plants. And then we've got a fridge and freezer. Got plenty of space for me. In fact, it's pretty empty right now. Then we've got our water bottles. You can buy these downstairs for 50,000. They will refill it for you. So it's like $2 to get the whole bottle full of drinking water. You don't drink tap water in Vietnam, so you just can buy this drinking water for cooking and any other stuff. Then we've got my little kitchen, which is small, but it's got everything I need actually. It's got enough cupboard space. It's got one stove, would be nice to have two, but I don't really cook that much anymore. Kettle, microwave, washing up spots. And there's plenty of space for dishes and everything, food and stuff up there. Okay, and then the bathroom, pretty simple Vietnamese style bathroom. So as you can see, there's no shower curtain. That's pretty normal in Vietnam. So sometimes the whole bathroom can get wet, but it is kind of separated in this bathroom, which is nice. The shower works well, sink, mirror, pretty much everything you need in a bathroom. I'll show you the upstairs rooftop and the gym and the laundry room in a minute, but I'll just talk about the details of this place. So the rent per month is 4 million Vietnamese dong, which is about $173. Now that was a COVID price. My landlady did give me a discount. I'm not sure what it would have been normally, maybe a couple of million more even. So it was pretty common this year for landlords to give discounts, but you might expect to pay a little bit more. It could be $200 to $300 per month normally. I'm not sure exactly, but it would probably be a bit less. So I don't want to do the landlady a disservice. If you come here and you expect that price, it might be more expensive nowadays. But you should always try to negotiate. You can usually get things down a little bit from the initial offer that you get. Talking to my landlady, she's very sweet, very helpful. She actually got me this bigger desk because the one that I had was a bit smaller. Just really nice, and whenever she's downstairs, very friendly. The staff here are really nice too. I've got cleaning once a week, so someone comes in, changes the bedding, does all the bedding, washing for me, cleans the whole apartment, does the dishes. And then electricity for me is about 1 million dong per month on average. I've had it from about 700,000 to 1.5 million dong before, so between 30 and 65 US dollars, but on average about 1 million. So the total I'm paying per month, and that includes internet, which is pretty fast. I've had no problems with that, and I work online. Water is included, is all about 217 US dollars, I think that is. So yeah, small place, but come on, that's really good value for money. Just really cheap overall. The building is nice, quality. I mean, I've been trying to save money. I've stayed in more expensive places before, and yeah, you can get something bigger. Between about 5 million and 10 million per month. You can get something that's similar to this but bigger. Don't expect to pay too much more for bigger, but this was a pretty good deal, I think. I think this is the nicest place I've stayed for such a cheap amount. I've stayed in a shared house for even a little bit cheaper than this, in a room in a shared house, but that's a little bit less private. Then you have to have roommates, which in some ways is nice. Actually, I'm considering maybe a share house when I move back to Ho Chi Minh City, but I think just for a cheap private place, this is a really solid option. I'm happy with it. I'm not here long term, so I don't mind really. I'd probably want a slightly bigger place if I was staying super long term, but I've been here about 4 or 5 months already, and that time went fast because it was a crazy year, but been pretty comfortable actually, because I spend a lot of time out and about. I work from cafes, sometimes I work from here too, and when I moved in here I had to pay 1 full month's deposit rent plus the first month's rent, so that's always something you should budget for. Some places might charge you 2 months rent, although you could probably negotiate that, and then you do get that money back when you leave the apartment, minus any repairs and stuff, which are usually quite cheap. Alright, let me go show you the things upstairs. So this is the upstairs rooftop. We've got some tables here with little chairs. The gym is over in there, which I'll show you in a minute, but there's a nice view from up here, a little spot where you can chill. So it's a pretty nice rooftop, and the sunsets from here are really nice. So there's a laundry room in here, and we've got a dryer, only one dryer. That's why I've actually went to my last video and got my laundry done, because it's actually really fast and cheap. But if you do want to do your own laundry, there are 3 washers and 1 dryer. We've got a small little gym here with bench press, little pull down thing, treadmill. There's a few exercises you can do here, which is quite nice. To find apartments in Vietnam, a good place to start is Facebook groups. So just search the city name and apartments or accommodation, and you'll find dozens of groups usually. And within those groups, there'll be postings about actual apartments. So you can browse through and send messages to the real estate agents that have posted those. I'd recommend choosing just a couple of real estate agents to talk to at the same time, because if you post in one of those groups that you're looking for something, you'll get dozens of real estate agents messaging you, and if that post stays up, you'll probably keep getting messages from them for like weeks or months, which can be really annoying. So just speak to a couple, they can take you around and show you different places, and it's usually a very straightforward process of getting an apartment. It can go quite quickly. I've got some vegan chocolate and gingerbread men from Kurumi too. I would say the prices of apartments are a little bit cheaper in Da Nang in this area than they are in the more central areas of Ho Chi Minh City. So if you're in one of the surrounding districts of District 1, might be slightly more expensive than this, 20% more, even 50% more for something similar. But also in Ho Chi Minh City, if you're further out in one of the further districts, you can get some really big apartments for really cheap. That's just a matter of like whereabouts you want to be in the city and how much you want to pay. But there are higher salaries for English teachers in Ho Chi Minh City or Hanoi than there are here, and it's a lot easier to get a job. There are way more job options. It's difficult to get a job here in comparison. If you want to learn more about that, look into my pros and cons of teaching English in Da Nang video. So another thing I liked about this place is I didn't have to sign a long-term lease. This is not very common, to be honest. Most places will want you to sign at least a 6-month lease, maybe a 3-month lease. That's pretty rare. 6-month lease or a year lease. Now, 6-month leases are usually what I would push for because, you know, if there's anything that happens to go wrong, at least that's not a really long period. And then you'll lose your deposit if you leave before the end of the lease. So obviously that gives you some more flexibility. I've always been planning not to stay here for too long. I need to be ready to move back to Ho Chi Minh City so we can open up our in-person TEFL training courses as soon as the borders reopen. So I needed something like that. But even if you're planning to stay long term, it can be nice to try to get a 6-month lease, although some places will insist on a 1-year lease. Again, negotiating in Vietnam is quite common, so you can see what you can organize between the price, deposits, and the length of the lease. Okay, I think that's most of the important info that I've covered now. So if you have any other questions, leave a comment below and I'll make sure to get to them. And if you enjoyed this video, stay tuned for more videos about teaching English and life abroad in Vietnam. Subscribe for more videos and turn on notifications. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. I'm trying to post videos every Wednesday and Sunday, so stay tuned for those. And I'll speak to you soon. Peace.